Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Blog Podcast. Today is Sunday, July 29th, 2018. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's baseball games, look at today's games, go over a few trades that happened within the last couple days, and do my 2009 NHL ReDraft. I'm going to try to be quick with today, so I'm not going to go through the scoring summaries. I'll just do the scores and give out the winning pitcher, the losing pitcher, and the save if necessary. The Royals defeated the Yankees 10-5 in Game 1 of their doubleheader yesterday. They improved to 32-71. The Yankees dropped to 65-37. Brad Keller improves to 4-4. Luis Severino drops to 14-4. The Cardinals defeated the Cubs 6-2 as they improved to 53-51. The Cubs dropped to 60-44. Miles Mikolas improves to 11-3. Jose Quintana drops to 9-7. The Tigers defeated the Indians 2-1 as they improved to 45-61. The Indians dropped to 56-47. Blaine Hardy improves to 4-3. Mike Clevenger drops to 7-7. Shane Green gets his 21st save of the season. The Reds defeated the Phillies 6-2 as they improved to 47-58. The Phillies dropped to 58-46. Wandy Peralta improves to 2-2. Tommy Hunter drops to 2-1. Jared Hughes gets his 7th save of the season. The Yankees defeated the Royals 5-4 in Game 2 of their doubleheader as the Yankees improved to 66-37. Casey drops to 32-72. Dylan Betances improves to 2-3. Brian Flynn drops to 2-2. Aroldis Chapman gets his 27th save of the season. The Orioles defeated the Rays 11-2 as they improved to 31-74. Tampa drops to 53-52. Kevin Gausman improves to 5-8. Ryan Stanek drops to 1-3. The Pirates defeated the Mets 5-0 as they improved to 55-51. The Mets dropped to 43-59. Trevor Williams improves to 9-7. Jacob deGrom drops to 5-6. The Red Sox defeated the Twins 10-4 as they improved to 73-33. The Twins dropped to 48-55. Rick Porcello improves to 13-4. Jake Odorizzi drops to 4-7. The White Sox defeated the Blue Jays 9-5 as they improved to 37-67. Toronto drops to 47-56. Juan Minaya improves to 1-2. Ryan Tepera drops to 5-4. The Dodgers defeated the Braves 5-1 as they improved to 59-46. The Braves dropped to 54-47. Alex Wood improves to 7-5. Max Fried drops to 1-4. The Rangers defeated the Astros 7-3 as they improved to 44-62. The Astros dropped to 67-39. Ariel Gerardo improves to 1-1. Justin Verlander drops to 10-6. The Marlins defeated the Nationals 2-1 in 10 innings on a walk-off single by JT Realmuto as they improved to 45-61. The Nats dropped to 52-52. Brett Graves improves to 1-1. Kelvin Herrera drops to 1-1. The Rockies defeated the Athletics 4-1 as they improved to 56-47. The A's dropped to 61-45. Antonio Senzatella improves to 4-3. Brett Anderson drops to 2-3. Wade Davis gets his 29th save of the season. The Diamondbacks defeated the Padres 9-4 as they improved to 58-48. San Diego drops to 42-65. Archie Bradley improves to 3-2. Phil Maton drops to 0-1. The Brewers defeated the Giants 7-1 as they improved to 61-46. The Giants dropped to 52-54. Julius Chastain improves to 10-3. Johnny Cueto drops to 3-2. The Angels defeated the Mariners 11-5 as they improved to 54-52. Seattle drops to 61-43. Jaime Barria improves to 6-7. Felix Hernandez drops to 8-9. Today's games: 1 o'clock, Royals-Yankees. Birch Smith against Jay Happ. Jay Happ making his Yankees debut. Rays-Orioles. Yanni Chirinos against Dylan Bundy. Maybe Bundy's last start as an Oriole. Yesterday could have been Gausman's last start as an Oriole. Remains to be seen. Twins, Red Sox. Jose Berrios against Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi making his Red Sox debut. Indians, Tigers. Corey Kluber and Jordan Zimmerman. Phillies, Reds. Zach Eflin and Luis Castillo. Nationals, Marlins. Big game for the Nationals. If they lose this game, they could be a seller. There's been reports that depending how they do in this weekend series against the Marlins determines their status. Jeremy Hellickson against Jose Urena. 1:30 Dodgers Braves. Ross Stripling and Sean Newcomb. Mets Pirates. Zach Wheeler and Joe Musgrove could be Wheeler's last start as a Met. 2 o'clock Blue Jays White Sox. Ryan Baroque and Carlos Rodon. Rangers Astros. Mike Minor and Lance McCullers Jr. 3 o'clock Athletics Rockies. Frankie Montas and Herman Marquez 4 o'clock Mariners Angels. Marco Gonzalez and Felix Pena. Brewers Giants. Junior Guerrera and Andrew Suarez. Diamondbacks Padres. Clay Buchholz and Joey Lucchesi. And last but not least, Sunday Night Baseball, Cubs Cardinals. Kyle Hendricks and John Gant, 8 o'clock ESPN. Matt Vasgersian, Alex Rodriguez, Jess Mendoza, Buster Olney on the call. Give me the Cardinals at home. Maybe if the Cardinals lose this game, they could be a seller too. So it's a very, very big game for the St. Louis Cardinals. I think they want to hang around in this thing. I think they'll win in front of their home crowd. Yes, they did make a trade, and I'm going to get into right now. They sent Luke Voigt, their minor league first baseman, to the New York Yankees, along with international bonus spending money for relievers Yovani Gallegos and Chasen Shreve. Shreve was a part of that Yankees bullpen the last couple years, had some moments, good and bad. Send them over to St. Louis. Voigt's had some inconsistencies this year, played better in the minors than in the majors. Gives the Yankees first base depth. And I think Brian Cashman has something bigger up his sleeve. He made another minor trade, sending over a minor league reliever to the White Sox for more international bonus money. So we could have something up his sleeve from a major league roster big trade standpoint and a international spending standpoint as well. So it could be two standpoints why Brian Cashman has made a couple small trades over the last 12 hours. The Houston Astros acquired Ryan Presley from the Minnesota Twins for minor league outfielder Gilberto Celestino and righty pitching prospect Jorge Alcala. The Astros improved their bullpen by getting Presley. I like the deal for them. The Twins get two solid prospects back in return. I like this deal better for Houston because it improves their bullpen, and they needed to improve their bullpen. Maybe they go after one more bullpen piece. It's remained to be seen. I'd like to see them go after, if the Nats maybe were to sell like a Ryan Matson or a Kelvin Herrera or a Sean Doolittle. Some other guys still out there. Brad Brock from the Orioles still out there. Michael Givens still out there. So it's going to be an interesting couple days. 48 hours or so till the deadline. Next, I'm going to do my 2009 NHL redraft. Going from 1 to 30 as always. Some interesting ones. A deep one as well. 1, Islanders, no do-over. John Tavares, he was their franchise player for 9 years before moving on to the Toronto Maple Leafs. 2, Tampa Bay Lightning, Victor Hedman. Franchise-changing defenseman type of player. Number 1 defenseman on the Lightning. 3, Avalanche, Braden Shen. Has been a solid NHLer the last couple years. Philadelphia traded him to St. Louis for a first rounder, which ended up being a lottery pick this past year. He would have been a nice fit on the Avs. 4, the Thrashers Jets, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Probably would be their top D-man. 5, Los Angeles Kings, Ryan O'Reilly would be a top 6 forward. 6, Coyotes, Tyson Barrie, nice consolation prize for Ekman-Larsson. 7, Maple Leafs, Matt Duchene, would have been a top 6 guy for them over the last couple of years. 8, Dallas Stars, Evander Kane, would have been a top 6 forward on that team. Maybe they don't make the trade for Tyler Seguin. 9, Ottawa Senators, Anders Lee, would have been a good top 6 guy for them. 11, Edmonton Oilers, Mike Hoffman. That would have been a nice fit. Hoffman was a steal where Ottawa took him. Hoffman probably would be a second-line player for the Oilers. Nashville Predators at 11, Chris Kreider. Would have been either a second-line or third-line guy for them. 12, Islanders, Eric Haula. One of the more improved players in the league last year. Was about a 50-plus point player on the Vegas Golden Knights last year. Haula would have been a top 6 guy on the Islanders. 13, Buffalo Sabres, Sami Vatanen easily would have been a top 2 defensive pairing for Buffalo, top liner on the D-line. 14, Florida Panthers, Nazem Kadri would have been a good middle line player for them. 15, Anaheim Ducks, Kyle Palmieri. Funny how things work out. Palmieri was drafted by the Ducks, then traded to New Jersey. 16, Minnesota Wild, Riley Smith. Had a great year on the Vegas Golden Knights last year. Was a key piece in the Tyler Seguin deal back in 2013 that sent Seguin from Boston to Dallas. Smith went back to Boston. 17, Blues, Matthias Ekholm. Probably would be a top 4 D-man guy on the Blues. 18, Montreal Canadiens. Marcus Johansson would have been a nice role player on those teams that were playoff teams with Carey Price. 19, New York Rangers, Jacob Silfverberg. Probably would have been either trade bait or a second or third line guy on the Rangers. 20, New Jersey Devils, Ryan Ellis. Who knows if he would have been on the team on their 2012 finals team. If he was on this year's Devils team, he would have been a top 4 D-man. 21, Columbus Blue Jackets, Craig Smith. Solid role player. 22, Vancouver Canucks, Thomas Tatar. Would have been a top 6 guy in Vancouver. 23, Calgary Flames, Nick Leddy. Would have been a top 4 D-man on that team. 24, Washington Capitals, Calvin DeHaan. Either would have been top 4 or a depth defenseman on the Caps. 25, Boston Bruins, Cody Eakin. He would have been a nice fit there. 26, Anaheim Ducks, Richard Panik. Someone that's bounced around the last couple years. Had a career year on the Blackhawks a couple years ago. 27, Carolina Hurricanes, Kyle Clifford. Probably a second or third liner for them. Could have been. 28, Blackhawks, Casey Cizikas. Would have probably been a fourth liner on the Hawks just like he was with the Islanders, or still is. 29, Tampa Bay Lightning, John Moore. Solid depth defenseman. And number 30, Pittsburgh Penguins, Dmitry Orlov, who's a solid defenseman as well. That's it for the 2009 NHL Redraft, and that's it for today's podcast. I'll be back tomorrow recapping all the baseball stuff, go over any other trades that happen. I'll also be doing predictions for the deadline and other things as well. I'm going to save the power rankings for Tuesday at the post-trade deadline podcast because I think it'd be pointless to do power rankings tomorrow and then do them again Tuesday. So we'll just wait till after the deadline to do power rankings. But I'll still pick players of the week for tomorrow's podcast. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to start to talk about some NFL and college football things and do rankings for NFL stuff and college football as well. That's what August is going to be about because baseball trade deadline is going to be over. Although I'll still talk baseball on the podcast regularly. But I'll start to do a lot of football starting August 1st because I believe the Hall of Fame game is a week from today. And then the preseason would get underway. And then college football will eventually be here too. So a lot to get into eventually. And then we also have the FIBA Basketball World Cup as well. We'll talk about that once that gets going too. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.